Good morning, you beautiful gamers. Welcome to Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. I'm tormented by gnomes. Joining me today are Echofoot, Ninjaman Matt, Shmei, and Slugslayer. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
In our last adventure, which I believe at this time is still not posted because there was some weirdness where I have to actually chop it up and fix it, but it will be posted, fear not. In our last adventure, our heroes finished Ramazith's tower, and they did a whole lot of spying on the Vanthampurs. They did some early recon. They poisoned the water hole. You put some poison into their wine, if I recall correctly.
Right. I had forgotten that.
You did a very brief stealth operation, and you came up with a plan. Over the course of your adventures, you've discovered evidence indicating that the Vanthampur family has been funding the cult of the Dead Three, paying them to kill the civilians of Baldur's Gate, to spread chaos and fear and inspire a lack of confidence in the Flaming Fist. The Vanthampurs are holding a vote in a few days to argue that the Flaming Fist should be fired from their duties. To what nefarious end is as yet unknown. The allegiances and intentions of the Vanthampur are as yet unknown, but you know that they are in league with nefarious forces of all sorts. Now, the problem that you faced was that you could not simply bum rush the Vanthampurs because Duke Thalamra Vanthampur is literally she's a duke, right? She's one of the biggest names in Baldur's Gate. If you just attack her, you're gonna get the whole city coming down on you.
Gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time. So the party decided that they would come up with a plan to air the sins of the Vanthampurs in order to raise an angry mob and act according to the will of the people, and then kick down the door into the estate. Before we begin, the first phase of our adventure will be forming said angry mob. Before we begin, does anyone have any questions or unfinished business or anything of the sort?
And that's a segue. Like it.
No, I think we're good. Just to refresh. I guess we'll do that as we gather them up, right?
Do what?
Remember who all we're tagging right now. Which of our friends, which of our contacts we're tagging.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the process of raising said mob.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
All right, we are going to proceed on screen order from left to right, and that's screen order in our stream, so that, may be a little confusing. But that's going to start with Echofoot.
Oh,
Echo.
Shit. Yes. So I think Crozan is going to go back to the Garmelt's House of Mastery.
Okay.
And he's going to have a wrestle off for the greatest of greatest. And I don't know, call back to my performance history and get these people to rally against the oppressors of the city.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I like that. So I'm going to grant you...
And, talk them up.
What's that?
Go ahead, Umberto.
I was going to say, while you're wrestling, do you basically want a herald?
Oh yeah, the chosen one. I mean,
yeah. So you could be wrestling, and I could be like, and now we see our hero fighting against the other person, and he is the best there ever was, except for the chosen one, and he will truly lead the city into a new dawn of justice and greatness.
Could you imagine a herald that talks you up, but then low key just like, I'm better though?
Well, you don't have to imagine him. He's here. His name is the chosen one, and he is Barto. Yeah. So stop eating my mic cord, you damn cat. Yeah. So yeah, I could go with you and talk him up and be like, Crozan is the greatest wrestler this city has ever seen, and not only the greatest wrestler, but the greatest hero. He is virtuous. He is great at taking baths and doing self-care and all this other stuff.
I'm here for that.
All right.
Cool.
So, because you are rank 1 with the Bannerless Legion, you automatically...
I know it 2. What does that mean?
It says
change?
That's probably how much renown that you had, but you are only rank 2. You are only rank 1 with them.
Okay.
But that gives you automatically 1 point of angry mob. And then, based on how you do this upcoming stuff, you may get more. So why don't you roll an opposed athletics check to represent your wrestling prowess?
With advantage because he's probably raging, or no?
I mean, are you going to use a rage?
Yes, I will pop a rage.
All
after
right.
the fact.
You also rolled acrobatics.
I did. Look at that.
He was doing a flip before he did back and fell on his face. That's just,
Yeah, the flip didn't really get you any. All right. So you do some wrestling, you show off, you yeet some people. They get well and truly yoted. You used a rage to get that bonus. All right. Is there Umberto? Do you have performance? How do you want to handle your...
And in this corner, we've got the fantastic Crozan, chewing on my microphone cable. Oh, yes. He's rabid, ladies and gentlemen.
I could do persuasion. I could either do it as like I am up in the front telling everyone, or I could like walk through the back of the crowd and kind of do like a, man, I've heard that guy, took out the entire
100 bad guys with swords.
Exactly, yeah, and then just like seating the crowd as a persuasion thing, or I could, I think that's the best way to do it. I have a +3 on performance, but I get a +6 on persuasion, and I feel like persuasion is just a little more intimate. Like I'm talking with people.
I agree.
So yeah, I'm gonna basically seed the crowd. I'm gonna walk around and talk to the people he's wrestled and be like, "Wow, isn't he incredible? Like, he's so dreamy." Yeah, definitely be a lad. All right, so let's hit it. Make sure my advantage is off. Okay, we're good.
No one hits like Crozan. No one punches like Crozan. No one grabs the defend needs some doubt like Crozan.
I love it.
All right.
That's me.
Cool. Crozan, aside from your athletic prowess, unfortunately, bringing your kid onto camera does not incite the mob to burn down the establishment, but the kid is clearly inspired to do so.
This is the way.
Yeah. This doesn't stop him. Nothing stops him.
Is there anything else that you can do to raise an angry mob at the Bannerless Legion? You may still be muted.
Yeah, it's a tactical mute.
That's understandable.
They took our gerbs.
They don't know that I fly yet. I mean, I just now realized that I fly too, so...
Can I be utterly shocked and deceive them into be like, oh wow, he's developed this new power. Surely he will lead the city into a new...
Hey, that guy's wearing flying boots.
I just imagine it like Raul Julia in Street Fighter, you just raise your arms and...
I was picturing the scene from The Boys where he flies out into the Jesus crowd. Yeah.
I feel like I need to use those, though. I definitely need to use the boots.
Nice.
When Bison came to your House of Mastery, it was the greatest thing you ever saw. But for Crowzen, it was just a Wednesday.
I like it a lot.
Let's do that.
Cool. Do an acrobatics check to do some fancy footwork with the boots. And I'll give you advantage because of the boots. And this one is supposed to be acrobatics.
Hey.
Oh! Okay. All right. Awesome. I like how you're raising an angry mob to strike down the malevolent, upper class of the city that's been oppressing the lower classes, and you're doing it by like doing magic tricks and dancing in the air.
Literally raising people, myself included.
Just as my boots allow me to rise, so must the common folk rise up against the patriarchs.
Are you doing
Okay,
like a
break into song too at the same time? Just
Roll a flat performance check.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Just pull something out of the news, and
I have a minus one.
Oh no!
Damn their warnings! Damn their lies! They will see the people rise.
I kind of imagine this is like that scene from Tangled when they go to the bar full of all these crazy looking ruffians, and you guys are just singing and flying and fighting, and it's,
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, you didn't critically fail, but like literally nobody cares about your song.
That close, though. I was that close.
All right. Good job, Umberto. And Umberto, any last contributions to this this chaos?
Is there any like? Are we in a religious population?
I mean, not
Brampton?
any more than anyone else.
I mean, can I play on their like these guys are ungodly, evil assholes?
It's not likely. The ungodly angle isn't likely to get you a whole lot of.
That's fine then. I'll just leave it as it is then. I think I've used my
just tell them to kick puppies. Everyone responds well to that.
These guys made Lucio. They made Lucio.
All right. Let's proceed down the line to Ninja Man Matt and then Slug. So,
Ooh.
Matt, what do you got?
So, question: our big panic button plan, is that something that we have already got in the works, or do I need to do that right now?
If you want to have the Flaming Fist on standby, you will need to activate that.
All right, I do that.
Okay, and explain again for our viewing audience at home what you're doing.
So the plan is that we are going to be taking all of the evidence that we have been giving to Edvard Needle of Baldur's Mouth in order to implicate the Vanthampurs. This includes them paying to have the adventurers that have been investigating them killed. This includes them funding the Dead Three, building that flesh golem and attacking the outer district of, I want to call it Hogsmeade, but it's not. Sowsfoot, that's the one. And how they have the connection to the fall of El Tyrell. Just all the stuff that we have been collecting that's either hard evidence or rumors, and then presenting it to Captain Zaj and the rest of the higher-ups of the Flaming Fist, informing them that we are going to confront the Vanthampurs and that they have a vote coming up within the next, I believe it's 8 or 9 days, depending on where we are.
Less at this point, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly, wherever we are in the timeline, and saying that they're looking to vote you guys out, and if you get voted out, you're out of a job, you're getting kicked out of Baldur's Gate, you go back to being mercenaries for hire, which means you're going to fight, die, and be pawns in other players' games, whereas you're powerful here, you have respect here, and you're doing good work here. If you want to keep your jobs, your livelihood, and your lives, you have to come with the adventurers, which is us, to go stop the Vanthampurs and restore Baldur's Gate to the sincerity and lawfulness that it truly is. And considering I am the son of the missing Grand Duke, I'm going to be the rallying cry to help draw not only the patriarchs, but the people, since Darius has been really pushing to help the lower and outer cities for a long time now. I feel like he's pushing the fact that I'm going to be like kind of the glue that brings Baldur's Gate together. And I need your help to do that.
Can I lend my persuasiveness and
Not at the moment. You're currently at Garmelt's House of Mastery.
Got it.
Listening to the worst rendition of Do You Hear the People Sing ever experienced by any creature on this planet. All right, Matt.
Just giving a rousing speech of like king, country, all that stuff, you know?
I'm going to give you +1 for the fact that you guys are a theoretical rank 1 with a Flaming Fist, or would be if you formally joined them. +1 for your noble background, because it's specifically applicable here. And I'm going to have you roll a persuasion check.
Also, we're pretty close to 10 days since there's been any cult attacks, right? Or at least a lot more.
Yeah, you're definitely getting there. Make this with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion, you said.
Persuasion, good sir.
24.
Hell yeah. Okay, yep. The Flaming Fist is going to be on standby. It's a delicate situation. So you get the feeling they're not going to attack the villa, but they're going to definitely like support getting there. They're going to open up the gates and not block you on the way there. They're going to if the guard
officers might happen to just show up with sticks but not wearing their badges.
So, mate, here was my idea that I wanted to present to them and see if they're cool with it. So I want them to open the gates up when we head out there, and I want them to send a brute squad not wearing their flaming fist stuff. Like they're going to have that on, but they're going to have heavy cloaks over it.
Mhm.
We're going to basically smuggle them in. They're going to follow us to the Vanthampur Villa. And when everything goes down, when the watch, which is far less people than the flaming fist, show up, they're going to undo their cloaks and just kind of stand there menacingly and block the watch from interfering with us. They're not going to go around hurting people and going crazy, but we're basically going to smuggle in a large platoon around the house and keep us from being messed with during that time.
Okay.
And you can also say they're there as observers, like they're there to show that, to view the evidence that we pull up when we go into the Vanthampur Villa and
yeah, but we're pulling rank anyway. That's the watches thing. If we're in the upper city, it's the watch. If we're anywhere else, it's them. So we're pulling rank regardless. It's going to be one of those. We're definitely doing a coup, and as long as everything goes well, we can make it. Smooth it over. If things go poorly, it's going to be bad regardless.
Oh, the gang overthrows the government.
Sir, the flaming fist is in the courtyard. What are they doing? They're just standing there menacingly. Okay, they are down.
Also, mate.
Yes.
Did my father, Senior Raven Guard, did he have any kind of like regalia or raiment of office that he used to wear when he would be going to court and stuff like that?
I mean, he wore the flaming
outfit.
He wore like the flaming fist armor because that was his.
No. I know that he would wear like the armor and he had the tabard and stuff like that. But when he went like to court, did he ever like like a judge puts on the wig and has like the big flowy gown and stuff like that? Did he have and like is there? I guess what I'm asking is there a Grand Duke official office
costume?
Like, attire? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do actually imagine this moment as Darius finally donning his true regalia.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah,
that's true. Like the Raven Guard.
Wearing the crest of the
court. The coat of arms. Yeah.
If you had a kill,
the tartan.
you'd be wearing the kill.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that's just a cool idea. I think it's a good moment, so we're gonna do that.
Cool. Awesome.
I am gonna
put on a powdered wig. it's like 5 feet high.
My face white.
Yeah, we're not talking the U.S. judges, right? We're talking the conical.
The foppish.
I can't walk through a doorway wig of judgment. No. I think it's really cool. You're gonna wear the whole thing and just be Darius Ravengard walking in front of the gods and everybody. I like it. Slug, what are you doing?
So my plan was we have been helping the people of Baldur's Gate for a while now in Keepside, Stony Eyes, Norchapel, Little Camanchan, Southfoot. So my plan was to walk around with a full bag of copper coins, just giving out alms and telling them what has happened. And show up if you feel like it.
All right.
So,
sort of a call of arms of the poor.
Okay. Well, you get one automatic +1 to your crowd size automatically just from all the good deeds that you folks have done, especially in Stony Eyes. And then to see how much more you can get out of that, go ahead and give me a religion check. All right.
Do you have an inspiration point?
Doesn't seem like it.
We all got one luck point when we ended up helping in the temples of Timora.
That's true. You do have Timora's luck.
If you wanted to
use that. Yeah.
All right. Just roll a fresh check. Okay. You do get some folk. They're basically in combination with the Flaming Fist being on your side. Oops, we forgot to guard the gate that we're using to keep everyone out of the city. Oopsie whoopsie. And an additional group of Stony Eyes citizens with a few from other areas are going to gather together, especially because of the slaughter that happened in Southfoot. When you link the Vanthampurs to the Cult of the Dead 3 and the massacre that occurred out there, people are angry.
Question. We, not that we're like buddies with them, but we definitely had some good interaction with the Butcher Boys, and very recently we got them a crap load of free cows. Does that help this at all?
Yes, +1 for cows.
Yes.
And not to throw any more at us, weren't we going to hire or author the
Yeah.
people at Little Column
To make
write a
a
play?
to make a
But
dramatic play.
you haven't done that yet, though.
Yeah, we
Haven't
haven't
done
done it with thespians yet, unfortunately.
Right.
Can we do that next?
I would
We have
like to.
time.
Yeah,
I-
we have time.
I don't think you have time. You cannot, because you guys are looking to do this plan over the course of like the next day, essentially. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Question: either as
Mhm.
part of Kevin's or anybody else's, I'm actually in really good with Jonas Goodnight, and it seems like getting a bunch of theatrical thespians to sing, "Red the blood of angry
Mhm.
cows."
Yeah.
That would be a real good thing to rally the people. And also, we know Jonas hates the patriarchs. He's always slamming them, and that's why he is where he is. So we could
Mhm.
even push the whole, hey, if you have anyone with particular sets of skills that could be useful, or you yourself want to
Mhm.
join in, if we take out, these evil patriarchs that have been plaguing and hurting the city, I'm sure there's something that could be done about your debt as well.
All
So
right.
just a thought.
Last but not least, you folks have Baldur's Mouth, which has your rank 2 with them, and they're going to publish, like, on the day that this is all going down, they're going to publish a really gnarly article. You
Nice.
have favors saved up with Baldur's Mouth, the Shrine of the Suffering, and the Revelers Union. You could cash any or all of those in to get a bigger crowd.
Nick,
Gotta-
what do you
That sounds good. Let's use them, right?
Great.
Nick? What do you think about having the Shrine of the Suffering come by and basically treat wounded on site?
Yeah, agreed. Because this is probably going to get messy.
Mm,
They could
So they
proselytize too at the same time.
set up a med camp just outside the
mhm.
outside the villa, and anyone who's hurt during the fight can come there.
All right.
Also, made in case it wasn't probably said or obvious, I'm thinking Clem Josso stays at Joplin's and make sure it stays safe. But
Oh, yeah.
we definitely hire Captain Shrimp Toes and Jarvis to help be part of the Brood Squad.
Okay. I don't have a angry
We
mob.
did that to him.
You did. I don't have an angry mob soundtrack built into Roll20. Note to self.
Wait, Henry, hold on. Wait, I was like, guys, wait, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And
Mag.
Steam.
Loop. All right. Cut it, mix it, send it. What time do I imagine sometime the papers hit early in the morning? We need some time for things to go down. What do you guys think is most dramatic? Sundown?
Sundown, yeah.
Oh,
right.
Hell yeah.
That's the most dramatic, huh?
Since they're evil, I would say maybe a couple hours before sundown. I don't want to be fighting them in the dark.
Oh yeah, they might have like some
All right.
nighttime stuff. So like
Afternoon.
twilight, but not like afternoon.
Yeah, like-
late
The
afternoon.
sun is like getting kind of yellow orange and moving down. It's like a good half hour to an hour before sundown. Does that sound
There you
good to
go.
you guys?
I like that. I like that.
Agreed.
It's very thematic. The sky's getting all orange and there's a little bit
Red.
of purple off in the distance, a little bit red. Yeah.
While we're
The background
rallying up
for
a
fun.
crowd, does someone have eyes on Vanthampur Villa? Because I'd hate for us to be like, "Rah, get the Vanthampurs," and they're like, yeah, nope, and they just leave the city.
Yeet.
Like, while we're getting ready to do all this, and we come storming in, yeah, get the Vanthampurs. It's just empty, and it's like,
I mean, I can put Darren there. I can put the White Hawk of Chumthar to kind of watch things. And if it sees anything leave the estate, it can come tell us. But honestly, if they have underground stuff going on, we wouldn't really know anyway.
yeah, they could probably get out of there anyway. But let's keep an eye on it. Make sure they don't just slip out the damn front door.
I mean, here's the thing.
What do you got, Nick?
Go again?
Do the sewers run under this area?
They do.
Do we know enough about the sewers to be able to at least stake out maybe because that's been their kind of MO, is to use the sewers to move about and hide stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we know Eastway and Heapside really well, but the temples is pretty far. I don't think we've explored that far yet, but maybe.
Yeah, this area, let me see if I can find the kingpin of this area. Because basically you would need to cut a deal with them.
The
We have
orphans.
money.
I feel like they would be using the sewers as well.
The orphans
That's on the
100%
Eastway.
use the sewers, but like that's a long distance away, you know what I mean?
Right.
temples. Oh. Interesting. So you can. What was his name? The Kingpin of Temples is the Pathfinder.
Ooh, the Pathfinder.
Yes. The owner of the Sunken Labyrinth, which is an underground hidden tavern. A rather mysterious figure. But he has 3 magical rune-carved horns. He tries to keep himself hidden, but yeah, like rune-carved horns that he can use to command his 3 special rats to follow people throughout the city.
Oh.
In exchange for a favor, he has a very specific favor in mind. He will use his enchanted rats, Whitey and Kerwhistle Crimbly,
And Bob.
Okay.
and yeah, Bob is the last one, to monitor any movement in the sewers, and they're magical rats that he can use to track people. This,
Does he tell us what the favor is?
Yeah, done.
yeah, he'll tell you.
The favor.
He wants you to rob the Temple of Gond.
Shit. Oh man, that's the.
What is the Temple of Gond?
Gond is the god of wonders, mechanical craftsmanship. Supposedly, the Temple of Gond hides a fantastic vault.
It's the one where we got the goggles and the boots that we just bought.
Mm-hmm. There's a vault
That is
underground that's incredibly well protected with mechanical contraptions and creatures and traps and
What
stuff.
alignment? Is Gond a good god? Or
I believe Gond is a neutral deity.
Then yeah, let's do it.
I don't think
I wish
Elmater
life was
is
so
down
black
with
and white
that.
for me.
I don't
Right?
think Elmater is cool with that. I don't mind robbing people who deserve it, but I feel like
We need it.
Well, here's
Is
the
there
thing.
a way?
We don't
like-
need it. We like it.
This will serve the greater good of the city and allow me to fulfill my mission as the chosen one. I'd kill a dude for this. Like, I mean, I'd kill a dude for a Klondike bar if I needed to get what I need. So, like, let's get
Hold on a
it
second.
done,
First of all, Jesus, man. Second of all, he wants whatever we steal, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to trade a few rats for the secret of the greatest treasure that the Temple of Gond is keeping within its vaults.
But
That's what
not
normally
three
does.
rats. We want to make sure that the Vanthampurs don't escape and send our city down to hell. And potentially we could rescue Alterel. That
Right.
versus the cost of stealing from a neutral god that doesn't really matter because he's not me.
Yeah, but it's not just a
you know.
neutral god, though. I mean, yes, it's a neutral god, but it's a god that not only has helped us at several points in the campaign, they helped cure that woman that I found that was getting messed up by the undead thing. They helped us get boots and stuff. And generally, they're just one of the only things up in the temples that's actually doing good work and helping people. Yes, they want money for it. They are neutral, as you say. But here's the thing. I agree with you, but if we get there and the Vanthampurs are gone, which that would be a very anticlimactic thing for a DM to do, but if they're just gone,
Joe would totally do that. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. Joe would totally.
I'm just saying, if that happens, then we basically win because the bad guys, when we knock on their door, but all this stuff, they decided to flee town. What do you do if someone accuses you a lot of stuff in real life and you've just skipped town? It doesn't look very good, does it?
Well, I mean, they could still send
It gives us a chance to search
from
their
in
entire
town.
house. They might have
Yeah.
taken what they need, but you know what?
They could-
Chosen one, you can make whatever deals you want.
I gotta agree. I don't think this is a good deal, especially since it's in the Rat King's best interest for us to succeed. So I mean, he should be helping us.
Yeah, is
more.
there a way we can soften that?
Yeah.
Who's gonna make the deal? Who's gonna try to haggle him down?
I can try to schmooze. Darius, give me what you can on the guild and what they want. Is there anything we have from the guild that he wants that we can give him instead of this, or in addition to?
Yeah, we got to suss out
Something else.
exactly what he wants from them.
Okay, quick question. This Rat King, what's his deal? Does he love being in the sewers or does he want more?
Oh, he loves being in the sewers.
Shit. Okay. I was gonna say we might have been able to trade some of our territory to him, but That doesn't sound like that's going to be a thing. Oh,
And-
is he only in the temples and the steeps or whatever, or does he go everywhere?
Temples is his territory. Is the
Temples is
Pathfinder's territory.
Would
Yep.
he like access to Heapside or East Way?
It doesn't do him
Yeah.
a whole lot of good if he doesn't have
He's gonna get to the
connected
steeps.
access.
Right, yeah, he's gonna get to the steeps and Heapside in order to get to us.
Our
I
high
get where
halls
you're
right
going.
there.
What you're saying is like we could basically say our sewer access is yours. Like, come
Yeah.
in.
Normally,
like
the guilds have to trade that. You have to either give money or favors in order to use people's territory. And if we
Right.
gave him access to our territory
But
and
he's-
maybe a little something, that
Well,
would probably.
I think
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
that's not your territory. That's the king, that's the clergyman's territory.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
happen
but-
to be operating in it.
Yes, but much like the orphanage, we're the gatekeepers right now.
Mhm.
right. We have a sewer entrance. We could theoretically say you can use our entrance whenever you want.
Yeah, he's not convinced you're going to hold on to it because you still haven't kissed the ring of the clergyman. You're still not in good with the local kingpin.
I've also never seen a rat follow somebody and come tell me anything useful. So I mean, you can call yourself a Pathfinder all you want, Rat King, but I have no idea if what you're offering is even useful.
My only question is he gonna chase a nutcracker around the Christmas tree as it
No.
grows?
No, he is not.
Okay.
Can
He's not the
confirm
real
that is
king.
not a thing that's going to happen.
He's not the real Rat King then, guys. This is an imposter. So
I like how Joe didn't say anything about him being the Rat King. He gave him a very cool name, the Pathfinder, and we decided, nope, this
He's
is
the Rat King.
all right, let's talk about other ways then. Do we have other options?
Don't we have a lot
Because
of
I
gold?
think knowing where they go, because they,
Nick's just like,
Don't we-
hey,
don't we have
money.
We do have money.
can we just buy them? Like, what's this price?
Let me take a look at the guild real quick just to see like the guild. I'll do it for 500 gold.
Okay,
You're
so
talking
what I'd like
about-
to do,
You're talking about Duke Vanthampur here.
right? I would like to talk them down from that
Mhm.
using basically. You could do 300 gold and not be in hell, or you could do 500 gold and maybe be in hell. Like, think about what we're doing here. This is not a charity case.
Mhm.
Like, we are gonna save your ass. You like operating in the sewers? I know it's lower down than the main city, but you're about to go way down from the main city here. You're about to get your ass sucked down into hell here. Let's stick with. I mean, you're helping us out. We're helping you out. I think we can do this for 300.
How much discretionary fund do we have here? Let's.
We have a lot. We have a good amount of money.
We do, but that's for things that aren't just giving it away to someone. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm tagging along with what Umberto is saying. My thing is, hey, if it turns out that you're watching the sewers and nothing happens, you get a $50 guard fee. If there are Vanthampurs down there and you have to track them for us, and we need information, not just, oh, I looked at them and they went away, you get more money based off what we get. It starts off in tiers. You get 50 just for sitting there, nothing happens, and we kill these guys.
My time is valuable. The services of my enchanted rats are extremely valuable. Time is money. I don't work on commission.
No, absolutely not.
All right. So my only worry is we go in without intel. We could be in danger. But that said, I'm willing to let's just get in there. Let's get in there.
I agree. We're not going in without intel. We've done a lot of backups here, and if it turns out that they did go into the sewers, all we need to do is a sewer chase scene. We'll find them.
I'm gonna buy him like a 10 gold piece of like a bottle of alcohol or something, like a really nice bottle, and just be like, hey, thanks for talking. We'll talk again soon.
Wait,
You know.
you said he has 3 horns that controls these rats. Sorry, Kevin. You
Correct.
said he has 3. And where are we when we're talking to him?
You are you are in the sunken. You're in the underground tavern. You're not talking directly to him. You're talking to a representative.
Okay, so that's way different. Okay, never mind. That changed real quick when I was asking about where these horns were.
Yeah, you were thinking about his. Well, I mean, the
Yoinkity
guy's not we're not gonna get it. I mean, we haven't even met the candle maker, or the
The butcher, the baker, or the candlestick maker.
we haven't met the
The first 3 bosses of Diablo 1.
The clergyman. We haven't met the clergyman yet.
Mhm.
Like, and we've been in his area for a long time. We're not going to meet the boss of another area just walking in and be like, "Yo, can we talk to your boss? We're not going to murder you." You know, like, yeah. So let's go kill the Vanthampurs.
All right. Does
Crozan yeet.
does anybody
Hey,
go ahead?
while we're down here, I want to investigate the sewers and see where these entrances could be.
All right,
You want to try?
you're under heavy guard, because again, this information is valuable. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying you're under heavy guard because this information is valuable. Nick, were you trying to get a word in?
I guess, would he be willing to have his rats actually infiltrate into the Vanthampur villa through the sewers?
You'd be willing to try.
What would the price for that be?
500 gold. It's 200 gold per rat with a 100 gold discount for all 3 rats at the same time.
So let me share with you guys what we got in terms of party treasure. Give me a second here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the percentage of us blowing away our funds?
A lot, like so much. We don't have nearly as much as Kevin is making it out to be, but we do have quite a bit. Likewise, not to be that guy, but the majority of this money is stuff that Darius did on side quests that he was hoping to keep in Joplins, so that way we can try and build this thing up and actually have a nice hub to play with. And for some reason, party treasures. Mate, can you open up party treasure, please, for everyone to see? It's not opening for me.
Is it in the journal?
It's in the notes and journals. Yes.
All right, give me a sec. Notes and journals, party treasure, show to players.
Did it do it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I
did.
see it. I
Okay,
had thought
that's-
we had a bunch of like gold elsewhere as well. Have we been
Well-
giving most of it to
I mean, we're
Joplin
giving-
to keep the business running?
We're putting it into Joplins. We haven't lost a lot of it yet because the upkeep hasn't been crazy for it. It's just that there's a lot of things we need to do to build it up. Basically, it would be like about half of our money. Half of our total money would be.
Well, I've got 500 myself stowed in the high hall.
We have 900 gold worth of gold bars.
Where are those gold bars? Where do we get gold bars?
18 gold trade bars stashed loot.
Mm-hmm.
I have
the gold trade
300
bars-
worth of diamonds on me and myself.
Oh, I wouldn't
plus
get rid of those
another
diamonds.
elemental scroll, which I'd be willing to trade.
And Mr. Moneybags over here. Jeez. I say we just give him. What is that? How many?
Why don't we argue it down to maybe 400 then? Would that
Yeah,
be
can I
okay?
talk him down to 400
Roll a
On account of-
persuasion check.
on account of the city getting sent to hell? Yes, I can.
All right. The Pathfinder has no desire to go to hell. It would be
Bad for business.
Distasteful.
he'll agree to 400 gold.
All right,
Okay.
I will personally contribute 100.
I was gonna say, well, you should do at least that. It should be 100 from each of us if that's the case. Don't make it sound like you're doing a whole bunch for us.
Crozan just bought a
Contributing
whole
a
bunch
fourth,
of
damn it.
boots.
So, do we want to take 100 from each of us at the high hall, and then do you have 100, Crozan?
I don't know, actually. I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Crozan seems to be generally broke most of the time.
Yeah, I spend it on things like for Crozan, like baths.
Yeah, like boots.
Why don't we give him do the rest in trade bars? How many trade bars do we need to give him for that?
Where are you even seeing the trade bars, by the way?
They're on
Under
the
stashed loot.
under stashed loot. Yep.
Dash loot. Oh,
Joplin.
18. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, here we go. Each of you guys has 5 of those. So easily. If they're 50 gold each, then 2 trade bars from Crozan will do it.
Are you in a position to be able to edit the group loot right now, Matt?
I am.
Right.
Excellent.
I'm
Very
right
good.
now.
Very good. Very good.
Can you take my 100 out of
I'm
that
taking
while you're in
it
there?
from the
Awesome.
stash loot from Umberto, stash loot for Robert, stash loot for Darius. Okay, we dropped our 400 gold.
Awesome.
I really
And-
burn through that much gold. I feel like I don't.
I feel like you just haven't been recording it, and
Well,
you probably
remember,
have like hundreds on the table somewhere.
I probably do. Also, I have shiny new boots.
yeah, you got really expensive boots, and we all pitched in for Robert's armor. And
Right.
the last couple missions we've done, I think that you've been around for like the mission part, but not for all the money part. So that might have done it too.
That makes sense. All right. So we now know if they. We've asked the Pathfinder to tell us if they leave the city and if they're in Vanthampur Villa.
Okay. So
And I I asked them to actually infiltrate the Vanthampur villa. I mean,
Okay.
Yes.
they're paying for it.
Infiltrate the villa. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
So-
Give us their exact location.
You receive an intelligence report from the 3 magical rats in advance.
What were their names?
Tinky Winky, Lala, and Poe.
One of them was Bob. Dang it.
One of them was Bob.
He also goes by Poe. Okay, easy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So, you receive the following information. There is a secret underground complex underneath Vanthampur Villa. It is derived from the old sewer tunnels. All access points, all like normal sized tunnels into the Vanthampur Villa have been deliberately collapsed. So there's no easy ability to infiltrate if you are human sized or even small sized. You have to be rat sized to get under there. It is patrolled by strange mask wearing figures.
Probably cultists, right?
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
Bearing incense burners, just on constant patrol. There are multiple doors down there that the rats were not able to go into because they were sealed up tight. And I'll see if I can give you guys like a approximate map. Let me check area.
Is there just so I'm understanding this, there is an underground villa.
Okay,
And
there.
the component.
Yes,
It is under the villa.
correct.
Access from the above ground to the underground is currently blocked.
So you basically there's only one way you could possibly get under the villa from the sewers. They've cut off all the sewer entrances to the sewers
okay,
under their
all the
place, and they've
sewer
built
entrances. Got
a
it.
secret compound down below. However,
got it.
there is one possible access point that you could try to use if you want to sneak underneath the sewers. It is protected by a grate, a 10-foot square barrier of vertical iron bars with 6-inch gaps between them. It's easily enough room for a rat to saunter through, but it's too narrow for normal-sized creatures to go through. The bars are embedded deep into the stone of the floor and the ceiling.
Does anyone have appropriate magic that could help us?
I have a better idea.
We have yeet magic.
I think 2 options. I noticed in our stashed loot we have a whole bunch of drugs.
Not again! Nick, you can't solve all your evil problems with drugs!
We could smoke them out with drugs, and if
And in the process ourselves.
well, no, we fan it into that area. A bunch of high cultists start running around, killing each other and/or fleeing. I mean,
And or passed out and vomiting on the floor, whatever. Yeah.
all
They're
good
having a
options.
demon orgy in there. See?
Alright, I don't think you actually have enough drugs to smoke out the whole complex, because this complex is massive. I am going to briefly see if I can get you guys a
More drug.
And
I mean, you can just buy drugs, right? You've got money, you've got access to the black market. You drugs are just, for sale. That's just a thing. But specifically, I'm going to see if I can get you guys a fog of war map of the area based on RatCam.
Got 24 doses of moonflower tea.
Yeah,
Like,
but this
This
complex, just the tunnel that leads into the subterranean base is 60 feet long.
what about standing a guard down there?
Well, so my other thought was if it was too big for that, we could just literally smoke them out. We got enough oil, we get enough wood. I mean, we have enough people. We could bring the stuff down there, smoke them out. Once they're not able to breathe down there, cultists coming out of the Vanthampur Villa is kind of a dead giveaway that there's something up.
I like it, if nothing else, as they can't go that way now.
Yeah.
Do
So
that.
we send someone down there just to block that entrance, and then we go into the front door like we were planning on. We cool with that?
I believe I am going to be able to give you a fog of war map of the complex. Again, not going through a single door, but I can give you at least something. Smoking out is probably, again, the complex is large, and I believe, well, I don't know if this intel, I'll see if I can give you this additional piece of intel.
Probably multi-layered too, so we could smoke maybe one
I mean,
layer out.
yeah,
but-
the manor has, 2 floors to it, plus you've got all this, all right.
Exterior stuff.
I'm gonna drop you guys on the map of the Vanthampur under the villa, and hopefully it's not gonna ruin everything. And if it does, whatever, it happens.
Avert your eyes.
Hey, mate, couple questions real quick while you're doing that. So we've got in the adventuring items that we could purchase, there's a little thing called a vial of acid. Statistics does 2d6 damage, continues burning objects and stuff like that. How much acid do you think it would take to either weaken or destroy enough of the bars embedding into that grate in order to be able to have someone that crows in lift or bend it or push it out of the way enough to where we'd be able to squeeze through? Again, not enough to wrench this thing off the wall and make a lot of noise. I'm just thinking if we weaken or damage enough of the bars, we can bend or push enough of them out of the way to where we can squeeze on by.
Frankly, iron doesn't actually take a whole lot of damage from IRL acid. I don't know how the DM wants to handle that, but
In D&D, acid just does 2d6 damage to objects. And objects just have hit points. But yeah.
If you were to try to corrode some iron bars, Kevin, what would you do?
you could use chemically. You want to oxidize it, and you want to oxidize it very quickly.
Do you guys see the map, by the way?
So it's been too long since my chemistry classes, but I would say like a heated peroxide might do something.
Do you guys?
Looks good.
Yeah, map looks good.
Okay, yeah.
Can we buy a pet acid spitter?
A pet rust monster?
Yes.
No, those are not for sale. Wait, I may have spoken too soon. Let me just check my merchant tables. Let me just check my merchant tables to see if you can buy the most dangerous creature in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
Skate
After
is
that,
pretty
look into
seedy,
war
like,
dogs, please.
I imagine there's some merchant out there that has this illicit good.
Animals merchant.
War dogs.
But we're pigs.
One of our earliest adventures in 2nd edition, back when we were kids, Nick found the table of what you could buy, and they just bought like 10 war dogs, and every single encounter is like, okay, we sick the war dogs on them, and they would just get surrounded by and killed by war dogs.
Beautiful.
Magical creatures legendary merchant. Oh my god.
It's weird, isn't it?
It would take some digging, and it would be untamed, and it would cost you 800 gold, and you just release a rust monster into the sewers.
Yeah.
We release this. We got to deal with it later.
Wait, hold on. NK isn't metal, isn't it?
Correct.
So NK armor would probably be resistant to a rust monster.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still smash the shit out of you, but sure.
Okay, so how much does a XP do you get for defeating a rust monster?
I don't think rust monsters are actually that difficult. They're just annoying.
Yeah, the real problem.
They're basically giant fleas that eat your armor and weapons.
Yeah, they're only a 1/2 difficulty monster.
They sound real bad, and they are real bad, but they're mostly just annoying.
So we
Not
just
for
need a
naked
crate
people. They're
We
fine
need
for
a
naked
crate.
people.
with a door, and we just roll the crate with the rust monster up to it, up against the wall with the grating. Pull the door out, and the only way the rust monster could go is through the bars, and then it goes.
All right, here's what I'm going to tell you guys.
Go through the front door.
The one, you could always just go through the front door. 2, the DC on an athletics check to break open those bars is pretty high. For every vial of acid, of specialty acid that you buy, which you can get through the black market for things like this, every vial of acid, that specialty acid that you purchase, will reduce the DC by 1 on this check. There may be alternate ways to get down there as well. The access point for the sewers is at the very bottom of the map that I've given you.
There.
Yeah, right there. So, you know how to get down there. You do have access to that. They are going to be surrounded by, an angry mob. You can either go in through the front door, just, come with me, men! Or you can do some stuff to get into their secret underground base. You do not know where in the manor the entrance to the underground complex is.
Hey, mate, you said that there were hirelings in here, mage hirelings, right?
Inside the sewers?
No, like in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, there's mage hirelings.
Okay, I'm assuming that there is a mage that can cast Firebolt, right?
Oh, you're just gonna put on the welding mask and just melt
I'm
your way
assuming
through?
Rather than buying an $800 rust monster, I can pay 5 gold to hire a hireling for one day and have him come just melt the bars.
Why don't we just kind of shape stone and just move
Yeah,
the
does-
stone
Because shape stone's a 4th level spell, Kevin, and this is a cantrip.
Does anybody in the party have an ability that would just, work for this?
I'm looking.
I have yeet.
I mean, to be fair, this check is not... What is your... Yeah, this check is not impossible. Do you have any special abilities that help you against inanimate objects, Crozan? Aside from just a very high... First off, what's your athletics modifier?
Can we buy adamantine weapons?
7.
by the way?
Wait, what?
Adamantine weapons. Can we buy one? Because that's what I would do. But
That's not a bad idea. You said 7?
Yes, -7.
Okay. So that's within the realm of possibility. It's a tough check.
What can we buy rope?
You can always buy rope.
Can we buy rope and build a shackles system to give him mechanical advantage on it?
Yes, but he also would get advantage for bending because if he rages. Go ahead, Matt.
Guys, real quick, the whole point of not having crows and rip this thing out of the wall is it's going to make a lot of noise. We're trying to do
That's
this in
true.
a way that's not
That's
going
true,
to
that's
alert
true.
them. Like, if we're going to sneak in, this is not sneaking in.
Well, there's a mob at the front door.
Did
so-
you say silence? The silence spell?
oh, silence. Yeah.
Well, that'll help. Yeah.
There it is. We got it.
So, okay, that is amazing. So, question real quick. I thought we wanted to just like either sneak in the front door or just kick the door down and just flash our badges and go, the cops are here, give up or die. Are we trying to sneak in? Is there a reason why we're trying to sneak in?
I think I would guess that they're going to be down here, but they're not going to be in the manor. There will be a fight in the manor for sure, and we should make sure that people go in the front door and basically trigger them. And then I think we're assuming that they are going to go down into their bolt hole. And if we already know how to get in, we'll be coming at them from an angle they don't expect. But I think we expect that once people burst down the front door, they're going to run for their bolt hole.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The main reason we're looking into this is because we get distracted easily. Truthfully.
And that's it.
That was all I was clarifying. Okay, so 2 things. I think first of all, Nick's plan is perfect. We put silence down. I think that lasts for a minute or 10. But we have you drop silence, and then Crozan just goes to town on that set of bars.
Yep.
Secondarily, before we do that, Darius, with either help from one of his party members or with using Darren as his main guy, I want to check this thing not just for traps, but I want to see if there's actually a little like divot in the wall that you press it and this thing. If this is the only thing that isn't blocked off in their place, I'm assuming this is their get out of jail free card, and I want to see if I can find what opens this thing up. So first, check for traps. Second, find the little secret dial switch.
That's a great point. That's
Yeah.
a great point. Let's do that. And then, so what I recommend we do is we go down into the sewers at the appointed hour, and at 4 p.m. the riot starts, and then that's when we start our tactic here, and that's just game on. And
When
like,
does the sun go down where you live, bud?
4 o'clock, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, 4:30, 5 o'clock if the sun's down.
Go ahead, Nick.
So can we make this a pincer movement where we have our agents up above move into the villa?
That's what I'm saying.
Force them to
Have them
go down?
start doing it like right at the same time we're going through the escape.
Yeah. maybe 10 minutes after, sync our watches and whatnot.
Okay,
So we're already
that works.
Yeah,
That
give
works.
us 10 minutes to break this thing down before they go charging in.
All right, and who do you want to be in the topside team?
Well, I don't think any of us. It's all of our hirelings
Mhm.
and the mob, right?
So some of them may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
That's who you reminded me of. Somebody who hates fairy tale creatures. Somebody who thinks that they're the best. Somebody who really is poop on the outside and poop on the inside.
Oh no! Oh my gosh,
You're
Farhan!
Confirmed.
Well, we need a new character art for him, so just saying.
All right.
So we don't need to do anything with our hirelings to make sure that they actually do the plan and they attack it for.
Yeah, you just give them, you just point them in the right direction. Jarvis, Captain Shrimp Toes, they're good for it. Yes,
All right,
Matt.
let's do it.
I would like to let Captain Shrimp Toes, aka Captain Deadeye, know that with his help, while they're in the villa, anything that he can steal and then fence off will go towards my debt to him.
All right.
I think he's probably going to be like, everything I steal, I steal. Like.
Yeah, but I don't think you understand how rogue things work. If you as a rogue tell your rogue buddy, hey, give me a hand in this, and you get to keep some of the loot, almost like hiring an adventure party, and you get a cut of it, and they go, nope, it's all mine, you're never going to get hired again. I don't know if you know how those things work. But
Apparently not, because I don't hang out with the scum of the Undercity like you. So
that's true. That's true.
Well, this from the guy who's willing to break into the Temple of Gond. What?
The rest of us are like, El Mater, no, and you're like, Elturel, yes.
Actually, that's pretty much the best description of this guy. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Is everybody
I gotta
ready?
take my long rest.
And
Take
yeah,
a look.
silence does last 10 minutes, so it's exactly what we need.
Everyone grab your spells. Make sure you're fully long rested. Select all your stuff. Are you buying any acid? It's double the cost for the special acid that'll dissolve like iron bars and stuff. And so it's 50 gold per vial, and every flask you buy will reduce the DC by 1.
And we have no idea what the DC is,
We
right?
have no idea what the DC is, but it's going to be pretty. It's doable for Crozan, but not easy for Crozan. That's what I'm telling you.
Right, 2.
How much are adamantine weapons? Can we buy one that'll?
I got 4 acids, normal acids.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly not a bad idea. Let me check.
Is the idea you just chip away at the metal? Is that the
Like adamantine is double damage against. You use it to destroy items. Aside from like golems and stuff, adamantine just kills stuff.
Yeah, it's real good.
Merchants, weapon merchants. You'd have to find like the absolute best.
adamantine spoon, please? Using mostly spoons, we tunnel into the city and release it into the wild.
Release what? Crozan with a spoon?
Yes. The rust monster.
Boon guard.
Imagine if you have a business where you have a couple rust monsters making a bunch of baby rust monsters, and you take those baby rust monsters and you throw them into major metropolitan areas, and you have a business that cleans up rust monsters, and you just rinse repeat that for all eternity.
Isn't that the plot of
Capitalism, yes.
Yeet the rich?
C, it's gonna be 500 gold for an adamantine weapon, plus the weapon cost.
Oof.
I think it's well worth it, especially since we'll be fighting things that it hurts. So
You want
Anti-weapons are great to have, period.
Yeah. Do you want like an adamantine mace, or what do you want, C?
no, this is for Adam. So Adam, what do you want?
Adam has adamantine.
I won't be able to use it.
Can we get him adamantine, like, gauntles?
Gauntles? That'd be a custom job. You guys don't have that kind of time. You can do that later, but you don't have that kind of time. Like even finding a smith in the city who can do adamantine weapons is a tough ask.
Yeah.
I mean, having a barbarian with an adamantine weapon, I know, is very powerful.
Yes.
So I would say yes, only because it's fucking awesome. But I don't want to waste the money on an item that I'm not going to be using in the future.
Because he
So
punches. He's a punch man.
I punch things. I mean, yes. Let's get something that the other rest of the party can use too, and not just for me.
Well,
I mean,
you're also
we could-
breaking things, guys.
Question. We could get just a battle axe. That's something that both the cleric could use, the barbarian could use, anybody could use an adamantine battle axe. We could pass that around if we need it.
Yeah,
That's true.
chop wood with it too. Yeah, I'm up
And
for
you
it.
can two-hand that for D10. It's not quite a great axe, but it's D8 one hand, D10 two hands. Like it's a pretty good, like versatile weapon for all of us. It is a versatile weapon. That makes sense.
Love it. List it.
All right, a battle axe is a martial weapon, not a simple weapon.
But can't clerics use battle axes? Is that not a thing? Is that not
Clerics
a
are proficient in simple weapons. Unless they have some other thing going on, they're not proficient in martial weapons.
thing? I totally thought he had that.
I love the idea of giving Frozen a chair, an adamantine chair.
Give him the chair!
This is per chat, so no credit to me. But yeah, I
My
imagine
God.
That's Crozan's music.
Hey, mate, question. Would you get anything from making I know that if you make adamantine armor, it prevents you from being critted. If you have an adamantine shield, that's something that we could have Robert use if maybe it does anything. And then Crozan, it's still a shield. It's an improvised weapon. You can use it to like bang, 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 bang. It does, just improvise. I think it's D4 or D6 damage, and then it would do double damage. That might be a good,
That shit.
like halfway. We could have adamantine shield and NKG armor for Robert. And then whenever we need Crozan to break something down, he grabs Robert's shield and just goes Captain America on it.
I've seen this
Why not
character.
maybe a knife or dagger instead, so you can
That's
shank
true,
people
too.
as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I just don't want to be the guy saying, "Hey guys, you can always give me an adamantine dagger."
All right, so I just found another set of different rules. I was basing that 500 gold price off of it just being a +1 weapon because there are no adamantine weapons in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I have since found better rules in the last 2 minutes. So here's the plus and the minus. When you hit an object with an adamantine weapon, every single hit against an object is a crit. There's no rules for adamantine shields, but adamantine costs 3,500, which is way more in line with what I think it should cost. I was just spitballing before.
So a +1 weapon would be easier to get than an adamantine weapon, is what
Yes,
you're saying.
it wouldn't automatically crit against objects, but it is useful to have.
I think in the future we should get Crozan some adamantine knuckles and call it good.
And just let him punch through. I punch through the wall. Muda, 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 muda.
Hulk smash.
All right, let's
Smash.
go with Plan A.
Puny
and
God.
silent, Ragey Crozan, Vanny Crozan grabbing bars of iron, and mob on the street.
All right. Do you want to buy any iron acid?
Maybe one.
Should probably do 2 because that's 10%.
Two. How much does that cost?
50 gold a dose.
I will contribute.
Just take another bar out of the.
Yeah, let's just take 2 bars. Just take 2 bars out of the stash and just use them.
Copy
Iron
that.
acid for anything else?
Go again, Nick.
Is iron acid useful for anything else?
Nope. It dissolves iron.
It's
mean,
probably
it's
good
also
for cast
acid.
iron, wrought iron, steel.
Mhm. Low carbon steel.
Chain devils?
Steel, spring
Chain devils?
steel.
Yes, it would work against chain. I rule that it would work against chain devils.
Yeah.
Get
Nah.
4 maybe.
I just said that without even checking their sheet. Like, for all I know, they might be immune to acid, but I might make an exception.
The rule of cool, man. Let's do this.
They are not immune to acid, and it definitely works on them. So yeah.
So do you want 4 doses? We just use one trade book.
Let's,
One trade book
let's
for
do
each of us.
4. Yeah, and then we'll use 2 in this instance, and hold on to 2 for another.
Well, and if it turns out we're down to the last minute of silence, then we can just burn the last 2 just to make sure Crozan can do it.
If he does it and he rolls a 19 and it's like it doesn't budge, okay, pull out the other 2.
Perfect. And as a
Alright.
note, silence is a ritual, so I don't have to prepare it, but it will take me a while to cast it.
All right, so
just to clarify real quick, guys, both Robert and Umberto each have 4 trades bars left. Crozan and Darius have 2 trade bars left. That's just kind of what we've been allotting.
copy.
Perfect. That's good.
Okay. Is everyone ready to commence the attack? You have an angry mob upstairs. You have your strike team infiltrating. You have a couple of your followers leading the attack. Are Rhea and Darren with you?
Darren's with me for sure.
I would say Rhea's with us.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Has everyone selected spells to their heart's content?
Okay, I've added the acid to our party loot. I think we're good. I mean, unless I can go take a bath to like get some, you know, some little like fresh bonuses. Like I'm pretty good. Do some
All right.
self-care like Crowzen.
Please select your marching order as you descend into the sewers. And we're going to heal all your followers. Yep, heal those people up.
Yeah, I figured I'd take care of that instead of bothering you with it.
Appreciate
I like
it.
this order.
Crozan,
wait,
get yourself in there
where-
somewhere.
Crazy Crozan.
And mate, you said it's been more than 8 days since the council votes on the Flaming Fist, right? We're getting closer to that date.
Yes, you are getting closer to that date. I just haven't
making sure.
updated this page for a while.
No worries. Just making sure.
All right.
I'm assuming Crozan maybe in the back.
Doing?
I think you're on.
Does that be in the middle?
I mean, Umberto's the squishiest member of the party. Umberto and Darius are the squishiest. Darius is the stealthiest.
I think Darius was slightly forward so that he could run ahead and stealth, but I think he's fine where he is. Can we put Rhea behind me?
Rhea's pretty tanky.
As- I was gonna say, but like, what if we get attacked in the
Ah,
butt?
the rear guard.
Rear
That's what
guard.
I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's
I can
that's
I
why
can
I
see
want the tanky in the butt.
I could hang out in the back. That's not a big deal.
No, you're good. You hang out in front with
You
Roberto.
want me back? It's on a spellcaster then?
But you're also like a whopping. You can't hit me tank, right?
Which if I set off traps, that's better.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
I'm-
say
Maybe
Yeah.
Rhea and Crowzen in the front and Robert in the back, just because Robert, like you said, has spells and he's supportive, and then he can run to the front to help tank, whereas Rhea and
Sure, that's fine.
Crowzen usually
That's fine.
deal kick
Yeah, that's-
butting.
I'm cool with that too. Now I heard talk of. Do we need to take a second before we go into the fight?
Do we? Oh yes, we're taking a break, right?
Like a show break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a show break in a moment. I'm gonna set the
Okay.
scene. I'm gonna drop you folks off in the sewers, and that's where we're gonna take our show break. Is everyone
Okay.
satisfied with your spell selection? Do you have all the items you might need? Have you refreshed all your powers? Is this marching order good for you?
Yes.
You know what? Just because it becomes useful every time, does Alchemist Fire go for the normal value that Alchemist
Yes,
Fire
sir.
goes for?
It goes for street
I
value.
believe I have one actually. No, I have 5 on me. So
You
can
have
have 2.
5 on you?
Why?
Wow, that's awesome,
I like,
dude.
I like to fall down cliffs and then explode. So I'll give you 3 of them.
Yeah. I mean, because I can sneak, if we get a chance, I can sneak ahead, lay down some Alchemist Fire, get things to start burning, and then we can move in when things are
Right.
going up in flames.
I will keep 2. You have 3.
I feel like that didn't work so well the first time we tried that.
I think it's worked well every time we've tried it.
Mhm.
We're our
We're
own
still-
worst enemies.
We're still kicking, man. Nothing's go. Oh, I had 1 Alchemist Fire. Okay, no, just give me 2, and you can keep 3. That way we'll both have 3.
That works for me.
You guys are ridiculous. I love you.
Dude, you took a bath when we were all fighting that one time. Don't give us like slack about Alchemist Fire. We're cool, man. We're fine. We just see in the back, like Darius and Umberto are just passing out Alchemist Fire. Crowzen's just like remembering his best bath times, and then Robert's like looking at his Ankeg armor and like all of his spells repairs. Like, I'm
I
the
wish I
only
had a
serious
rust
adventurer we
moth.
have.
There's oil on me, so don't. I'm not judging.
Yeah, this was from, hey, we can drug them out, guys. This will be fine.
If honestly, if it was a smaller base, I would have allowed that.
Oh yeah. I think we're okay. I'm
We're
looking at
ready.
everything we have. I feel like
kill the beast.
here, I'm gonna just to set the scene, I'm gonna pass Crowzen my crowbar and be like, here you go, friend. You've got this.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Can we get an adamantine crowbar?
Yeah.
Later, darling. Later.
Adamantine rock hammer.
Okay.
The rock hammer that they use to just like collect rocks.
It's like 3 inches wide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, I know adamantine is 3,500, but if we really did get adamantine spoon, is that like 50 gold?
I'll run the math down the line. All right. The sun begins to set over the city of blood. Torches, pitchforks, an angry crowd grabbing copies of Baldur's Mouth with all the sins of the Vanthampurs writ large upon it. They stream in from all quarters of the city, bursting through the barricades at the outer wall. They charge through Baldur's Gate itself, named after Baldur, the original explorer who founded the city. They push their way past the Watch, who attempts to hold them back, to no avail. They swarm through the streets, kicking things over on their way, walking right past all the temples in the shadow of the High Hall, directly to Vanthampur Villa. And as they surround it, yelling and crying out for blood, the sky burns a brilliant red.
Yeah.
Approved.
The upside down. The upside down.
All right. We're going to go ahead and drop you guys off in the sewers, and we'll be back in 5 minutes as we begin the attack on Vanthampur Villa.